Asuka Langley is nowadays an icon among anime characters. She's introduced as an stereotype. This is intentional. The fan service gal with an attitude. However, as we go over the story and her relationship with Shinji and the world changes, we change our opinion about her. All the way to the end, when we realize that she's a character full of contradictions and a very complex personality. If you clicked on this video, probably you already seen the original run. I am talking about the 26 episodes originally aired on TV. Therefore, if you haven't, be aware that there are major spoilers ahead. I will try not to speak about the end of Evangelion movie, but some references cannot be avoided. You've been warned. At this point, we know that Asuka's personality has been defined by her relationship with her mother. The rejection from her mother by being replaced with a doll propelled her most evident traits: egocentricity and vanity. Asuka seeks solitude to be admired, not because she likes to be. On the contrary, she seeks it to be essential. She seeks it to be loved. This is Asuka's downfall. Energetic, extrovert, aggressive and distant. Asuka is very different from silent Rei and shy Shinji. A breath of fresh air introduced in episode 8, Asuka strikes. She is eager to prove herself to others and can't wait to jump into EVA Unit 2 to kick some butt. And kicking butt she did, jumping from carrier to carrier before going into water and defeat Gagiel, the sixth angel. Asuka starts from the top of the world. In her mind, she's greater than God. Even the show leads us to believe that, with camera angles from beneath her, and the sun behind her which symbolizes hope. She is perfect. In episode 9, she introduces herself to Rei from an upper position, even as she says she wants to befriend her. Obviously, she is making her known that she is better than her, and the rest of the kids in the school on that matter. Not too long will pass before Asuka takes her first defeat on the hands of Israfel, the seventh angel. In this episode, Asuka's pride is being hurt for the first time as she realizes that she cannot succeed by herself and needs from others to achieve that goal. And even more when Misato proves that the problem is her and not Shinji. Now, it's personal. Asuka wants to prove everyone that she can handle it, with the sun as a background, again. And handle it she did. Both Shinji and Asuka are able to defeat the angel and emerge victorious. Episodes 8 and 9 are Asuka's episodes, and they are used to introduce her pluridimensional personality. This is so obvious in both episodes that the end credits are red instead of the usual blue that symbolizes Rei. Asuka will go the next few episodes on a journey of struggles between herself and the world surrounding her. She starts to open more to Shinji and Misato. She is growing her inner self. She goes on a date and even kisses Shinji. Within these episodes, we learn a lot from her. She suffers from insomnia. She thinks a lot on her deceased mother. She has a superficial relationship with her stepmother. Her father replaced her mother with another woman, and she wants to be accepted as a woman and not a child, which explains her interest on Kaji. Her interactions with Rei are also worth noting, as she feels threatened by what is basically her personality counterpart. Asuka's psychological stability, however, is based on her relationship with the Evangelion Unit 2 and her ability to synchronize with it, to understand it, to feel accepted by it. Her whole purpose in life is to be one of the chosen ones, one of the childs. The first time that we see Asuka doubt on her Evangelion unit was when Evangelion Unit 1 rips Leliel from within. The true nature of the humanoid-like creature is finally revealed. Asuka's biggest fear is abandonment. This trait was acquired when her mother committed suicide, the same date that she was appointed as an Evangelion pilot. She was to become the second child. But Asuka's mother's death was not sudden. As she was showing psychological deterioration, she went insane, to the point that she replaced Asuka with a doll. As a little girl, this would define her personality forever. She will carry that burden throughout the story. Every time we see Asuka thriving and opening up to others, she suddenly goes back to her shell, her little protective shield of loneliness. Asuka sees her path for excellency being a lonely one. Others will simply drag her down. She always has trusted on her abilities, and when she is introduced in the story, she is by far the most competent pilot available, confident and strong, very different from Rei and Shinji. However, Asuka's stability is weak, and only her ego keeps her afloat. When this ego gets hurt, Asuka starts to struggle, and hurt it got. First, Evangelion Unit 4 took her out really quick when it was possessed by an angel. Then she was no match to the powerful Zeruel, and finally Arael will push Asuka's sanity to her limits when they directly attack her mentally. Before we reach to Arael, Asuka already was struggling with herself. She was broken. Her ability to pilot an EVA was in question. She knew it was only a matter of time before she was unable to fulfill what she perceived as her destiny. On episode 22, Asuka is trying to keep herself together. She is undergoing a great frustration, and again, tries to blame it to anyone else, even her own Evangelion unit. This is denial. Rei explains to Asuka that Evangelion units have a soul. This was truly revealing for her, and for that reason, she speaks to her unit. During the battle with Arael, Asuka's psychosis gets pulverized. She knows that, and she rather die in battle than to retreat, as she refuses to do it following Misato's orders. After the battle, Asuka was finally defeated. She won't be able to recover her confidence nor her self-esteem again. She starts rejecting everyone, including Shinji and Misato, and tries to find peace with her friend. However, this only leads her to a path of no return, to the point that on the next battle against Armisael, she's unable to make the EVA move at all. Something that seemed so simple a few episodes back, the whole reason of her existence, her destiny, all of that was already part of the past. She will not be able to pilot her unit again for the rest of the original run. The original episodes 25 and 26 are considered nowadays to be obsolete, as the end of Evangelion is considered the canonized ending. However, there is some things that we can rescue from the last two episodes of the series to try to understand the characters even more. In episode 25, there is a scene between Asuka and Shinji that perfectly describes the symbolism of her character. She screams to Shinji and represses him for being a liar, that everything that he does is for himself. Basically, that Shinji only wants to others bring him happiness, an empty happiness. After that, Rei appears on the background and tells Asuka that she does the same thing as Shinji. At the beginning of episode 24, we are presented to a defeated Asuka. She already went through different stages of depression, and this is the result. Let's examine this scene closely because there are two versions of it. In the original version, there is only a black shadow hiding Asuka. We don't actually know what is going on other than what she is saying. On contrast, on the director's cut, we see Asuka under the sun, another reference of Asuka and the sun, on a bathtub full of what seems red-tainted water. We also see her clothes being carefully folded on a chair. In my opinion, Hideaki Anno is telling the audience that Asuka has gone suicidal, and she was attempting to take her own life. Although it's not clear how, she already stated to the audience that she has no reason to live anymore. This is her downfall. However, this is not the end of Asuka's story, as she takes part on the end of Evangelion, but that is a story for another video. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. Sorry this episode took so long. If you liked the video and haven't subscribed already, please consider on doing so. I publish Evangelion and other anime videos every week, and much more content coming soon. Have a great day everyone, and see you all very soon.